Fables of La Fontaine. The Crab and its Daughter. Sages are often, like the crabs, inclined to backward step and leave their goal behind. This is the sailor's art, and now and then the artifice of deep designing men, who feign the opposite of their intent to put their adversaries off the scent. My subject is a trifle, but how wide the field on which its morals may be tried. Some general may conquer, should he heed it, an army with 100 chiefs to lead it. His plans of march and countermarch may be at first a secret, then a victory. No use in prying when he would conceal. From fate's decrees one cannot make appeal. The tide grows insurmountable at length. Against a Jove the gods may waste their strength. Louis and Fate seem partners now in glory and draw the world along. But to my story. Said Mother Crab to Daughter Crab one day, "How can you step in such an ugly way? Do try to go a little straighter, dear." The little crab made answer with a sneer, "Look at yourself. It's very well to talk, but it was you who taught me how to walk. From you and from your friends I took my gait. If they go crooked, how can I go straight?" She told the truth, for lessons that we learn from family examples last the longest. They teach us good and evil in its turn, and oft the latter lessons are the strongest. As to the way of walking, let me add that turning backs has often merit in it. In war, for instance, it is far from bad if people do it at the proper minute. Well, there you have it. What's all this about? Well, the preamble to this story, I'm not really sure what they're saying, but I'm sure it has some points. Basically, concealing what your true intentions are. But the actual story of the crab and its daughter is where the mother crab tells the daughter to walk straight, and the daughter's like, "What are you talking about? Look at yourself." It's the old do as I say, not as I do. When, of course, the best way to teach is by example. So, it doesn't really make much sense that a parent who smokes tells their child not to smoke. And most smokers, from my experience, come from families where the parents smoked. My parents never smoked. I never smoked. Now, my two brothers smoked, but they were more influenced by peer pressure than I ever was. And I tell my kids that they should work on their minds, work on their bodies. Other things can be taken away, but if you have a healthy body and a healthy mind and you educate yourself, it's hard for someone to take that away from you. Whereas if someone gives you a present, then, one of your parents could threaten you by taking it away, or an activity or something like that. But your skills, your hobbies, your talents, your abilities, if you develop them, then they're here and muscle memory, and it can't be taken away. Same with your learning. If you have a lot of wisdom, well, if you have a strong mind, you should fill it with education, knowledge, you can get from the world, from books, things like that, educational programs, courses of study. It's a shame if you have a powerful brain and you waste it on useless activities, watching dumb shows that don't improve you, things like that. Now, granted, we all need to rest. There's nothing wrong with some entertainment here and there, mindless entertainment, but that should be more as recovery than wasting your time doing that. Much better to build your skills. It's fine to have lots of nice clothes and nice things and riches, but the true wealth is in a healthy body, a healthy mind, good relationships, things like that. But if you have someone who's in a mentor type role who doesn't do those things but then expects you to do it, it's very hard to listen to somebody like that. So, as a parent, you should be a good example for your child to follow. Would your child, if given the chance, choose you as a parent? You have to be the example of the type of parent that you want your children to choose if they had that choice. You do the best you can with the information you have and the freedom to do that. That's why when I'm away from my kids, it's very heartbreaking for me. Well, that's not the only reason, but that is a reason. Anyway, if you have anything you'd like to add, any comments, anything like that, down below. Till next time, goodbye.